Okay everyone, so here I've got a modified version of our diffuse PSD file, and basically we're going to use it to generate some details for our normal map. Now I'll quickly go over this PSD file and I'll show you what I did to it. Right, so first I've gotten rid of all the noise on those windows. So I added a mask to this photo overlay group, and I also set the opacity of this whole group to 100% to make the noise a bit stronger. Now here, I have essentially disabled a bunch of other layers that contain some lighting information, and also the ones that define the colors of other elements. Right now we want to keep everything very flat. And also I disabled the paint red group, because we don't want those red strips to look like they are bumpy and above the rest of the paint. And here in the painted metal group, I disabled those licking marks, because this is the type of dirt that is not supposed to be bumpy. Okay, now let's open nDo. And here I'm gonna click on this presets button. And in this menu we've got basically a bunch of presets that will allow us to generate a normal map from our diffuse. So I'll go with Megacliff. And while this might sound strange, it's actually a really good one for generating those kind of details. Alright, so now let's click on this Active Dock button, and nDo will start generating our normal map in a new file. So let's wait a second, because this can take quite a while. Okay, and now as you can see our normal map looks quite chunky. But if we go and start disabling those normal layers, one by one like this, you can see that we start getting some very nice details. Okay, so let's maybe stop here, and as you can see we've got those very nice bumps going on that still have some very subtle noise in there. Now let's go and let's flatten this image, so I'll click here, okay, and now I'll simply go and copy it onto our normal map. Right, now I'll change the blending mode to overlay, and I'll simply go and tweak the opacity, maybe let's try 25. Yeah, that seems a bit tweaked, so maybe let's try something higher. Okay. And yeah, that seems to work. So let's preview it in nDo. I'll simply go and link this normal map. And I'll click normal only so you can see the details alone. And yeah, now it seems like those details have quite an effect on how our normal map looks. So I'll quickly go and move the lights around to see how it looks like in different lighting conditions. And basically when you work with those kind of details, you don't want them to be too strong. You don't want them to be too bumpy, because that will make your metal look quite fake. Okay, so now let's preview how it looks like with our diffuse. So I'll disable this. And again, as I move the lights around, you can see that we've got some very subtle details going on. We've also got some nice soft gradients. Okay, so at this point you know how to add details to a normal map. And now the last thing we have to do before we can assemble our material in CryEngine 3 is a specular map. So we're going to make one in the next chapter.